News Radio 700 WLW.
The record labels are fighting back.
Right.
I don't know how much ammo they have on this. And here to discuss and tell us what the legality of all this might be is our good friend John Rizvi, the patent professor. And John, so what are we looking at here? Is do the record labels have a leg to stand on, or just kind of screw it? This is kind of like Weird Al almost.
Yeah, well, they actually do. Their claim is that that the training of AI is done using copyrighted materials, and there's no license to those materials. Now, in order for the AI tech companies to defend, it's hard for them to defend without revealing their actual database, and that's the problem. That puts them at a competitive disadvantage against others. And we've seen this play out even with ChatGPT, with all of the lawsuits that ChatGPT is having, and other, text-based AI. Is that it's hard to defend that you're not using copyrighted materials to train your AI robots without revealing what the database is. So the cases, of course, they haven't gone through the court yet, but that's, the only way to really know is to have that revealed. And of course, there's ways in court around it. It could be sealed documents, but there's still the risk that it's going to be known. But that's their strongest, ammunition they have, is that, all right, if you're saying you're not using licensed copyrighted music, then show us where you're getting the raw material. How is it even possible? That example, like, how is it even possible to have Johnny Cash sing the song Barbie Girl unless your database has the song Barbie Girl in it?
Right.
Makes sense.
I think that the most interesting question, John, is, are people going to care if it's in fact real or AI generated? I mean, there's part of me thinks, if somehow a new Tupac song comes out that AI generated, and the kids like it and it's catchy and it's like, well, it sounds like Tupac. Are people going to care? That's going to be something that we'll have to see, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, you bring up a great point. Even the little clip you played, I heard right at the beginning, and not that, anybody that doesn't know Johnny Cash has passed away and he's, it's not possible. There is a disclaimer, right? Like, this is not Johnny Cash, and then they go into it. But are the listeners going to care? The same way that you'll have a lot of T-shirts that, like sold with the unofficial, like instead of the official World's Fair T-shirt, it would be the unofficial World's Fair T-shirt, and the purchasers don't care, and that's going to remain to be seen how important it's going to be that it's licensed or not. What might play a role if some of these more popular musicians, if they refuse to play along, and you can't get licenses to their music, like Taylor Swift comes to mind, for example. So the ones that have a lot of power and persuasion with the public, they may be able to try and sway public opinion. And in fact, 200 musicians have written an open letter to the tech industry about their concerns with AI. And that part of that is a publicity move to really kind of bring it to the public's attention that this is ultimately, their claim is that this is ultimately going to hurt the public because creativity is going to die, that these robots are not really creating anything new. They're simply piecing together from a database that's already out there.
John Rizvi is our guest. And John, in the future, I've also read about people in the movie industry being concerned about it. It's like, we talk about these deep fake things and all that stuff. And isn't it a matter of time before we see, like, Humphrey Bogart in a Star Wars movie or something? I mean, seriously.
Yeah, no, there's widespread concerns. I mean, not even, certainly concerns from an employment standpoint. I mean, there's a lot of AI-generated, that's the big concern, is like crowds for movies. They used to have to pay a lot of actors to be like random passerbys, and now AI can just generate them And who's to say whether even, we're not that far along from even the main characters being AI generated. And then we already have social media stars that are not real, right? That have followings larger than many real celebrities, and they're fictional. And how long is it going to be before that ends up being the case even in Hollywood?
Yeah, it's the same thing with the movies, John. Like if it's the real test is going to be, does the public at large care if that's an actual actor or someone that just looks like him? I tend to like because AI is doing everything. It's doing creative things, which makes it revolutionary. It's not just doing mundane, simple, repetitive tasks. It's creating, which is what's killing the music and in the movie world. Again, I mean, there's books that can be written by AI. Now, I, for one, don't want a book written by. I would like to. I like to think that this author had these experiences.
Somebody put pen to paper.
I can relate to it, so I would not buy a book generated by AI if I happen to know the difference. Will people feel the same way? I don't know. It remains to be seen.
Exactly. And stunts. Like, do you think is the public going to care if a stunt is actually done by? A lot of times, it's not the real actor; it's a stuntsman. But at least it's a human being doing the stunt, right? If it might not be Tom Cruise hanging on the side of an airplane, but there's somebody who's doing these, and that if that doesn't mean anything to viewers, it's certainly a lot cheaper and less expensive and problematic to have AI generate that type of footage.
Now, I personally don't like all the AI stunts because the movie I saw recently, saw that new Mad Max movie. It was so full of AI and computer-generated stuff that it just looked fake. Like, I would rather have a less impressive-looking stunt, but it's like, okay, there's an actual car blowing up and an actual building blowing up, rather than, I don't know, it just looks fake. But now, as that stuff gets better and better and better all the time, will we know the difference one day? I don't know, but I feel that, I don't know, to me personally, there's something missing with all the AI and CGI sort of stuff.
Yes, 100%. I'm with you there.
All right, with that, John, we will let you go. People want to find out more about you. Where can they go? Always good to talk to you.
Yes, they go to the Patent Professor. That's our website, and our handle on all social media is The Patent Professor. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, the same handle everywhere, The Patent Professor.
All right, John Rizvi, always a pleasure. Thanks so much.
Same here. Thank you.